Left side. Kodayashi right side, 2 times 2 facings. This is the first technique on the overhead line. Udagarami, 2 different facings. Second technique on the overhead line, similar to Kodayashi, the hands are different. You have a figure 4. Third technique, Kokyu Nage. Let me do that again, facing the camera. Irimi Nage, fourth technique. And facing this direction. Sankaku, facing profile. Forward. And Kaitanage, profile. Profile one more time. And facing forward. Three versions of Irimi Nage. Fuller version, 3/4 review, and then the sankaku as a review. The 3/4 version, the most crucial part of this that differentiates it from the other two is that you lose the T. We always emphasize turning a full 180, but I want to emphasize balance at the end. So if you don't make the full 180, but your hips have still come into a forward stance, then you've lost your T, and that's the appropriate thing for this technique. You have to regain it. If your hips never make it there and you're here, you're still in your T, which is more indicative of the 3/4 and the sankaku. In profile, here I've lost my T and I'm breaking the arm against my body. Regain the T, come back, get the uprooting here, and throw. Another difference with the full turn versus the 3/4 are where the arms are. So the full turn, the arms go all the way down. You'll see that that's different on the 3/4. Facing profile, right side again. watch out for on the full turn. This, really easy to be on the edge of the foot and in the hip. A lot like, let me show that full on. A lot like the kotegashi we worked on last week. This is going to result in a loss of balance as uke comes around and slams into you, knocking you that way. So instead, make sure that you hook enough here, come around enough here, that your hips are doing this part, and that when you come into your lunge here, you don't transfer the weight to the outside edge of the foot, but you stop the rotation of the hips a little earlier than that. You stop here, and then come back, and throw. One more time, the whole thing facing this way. Okay, 3/4 turn. Not only does this come around in a more abbreviated circle, but also the arms are going to be different. You're blocking with the first hand, and you're getting the back of the neck with the other. But this hand that blocks the arm doesn't sweep the arm down. Hand that blocks the arm, as soon as you cross the elbow, it's going to turn over and wait to catch the head. You're going to feed the head into that hand, hopefully before they take a step on their lead leg, which you can't see because the person is invisible. So, and I'll do it facing the back as well. So you can see my hand is turning over here. The 3/4 nature of the turn, I'm going to reverse the person. So I'm going to come around, and here's the 3/4 aspect of it, and then it comes back here. Unlike the other one, where the full turn version, I'm going to make this 360 here, and then come back. So the 3/4 differentiates this position, which is square. This is where the turnover happens and the T is lost, with this position here, which is not quite all the way around. That's why we call it the 3/4. Again, 3/4 turn. Great, and the sankaku version, which we worked on last week. Just a quick review. So, block, kidney and uproot, shuffle, throw. Those first 3 movements are all happening on one movement, really, as they're striking. You're coming in and doing that. But since there's nobody here, we don't have to worry about being early. We can break those movements down. But as you can see, I'm not committing here until I'm ready to do the uprooting and the shuffle. Done a little faster. And then facing the front. And then done faster. So 3 different versions of Irimi. Now some bow done with a jo, because I'm going to assume you all only have broomsticks. So I'm not going to show you the longer weapon. I'll use the shorter weapon as well. The main thing when you're using the jo or the bow to do bow techniques is you want to make sure that your hands change position on the weapon so that you can extend the end. So we're going to be closer to this end than normal, and this end is going to be truncated, but the hands are going to kind of move similarly to the way they would if we had a bow. First, stances. Chudan, Geidan, Jodan, Waki, Haso, Chudan. Very like sword. The hands here in Chudan, this hand is at my hip, and this hand is extended. If I were on a bow, of course, there'd be a little bit more here and a lot more there, but I'm basically on the lower 2/3 of the weapon here. Chudan, Jodan, Waki, Haso, and Chudan. One more time. Each, ni, san, shi, go. Okay, we're going to do the striking form. I'm going to show it all at once, and then I'm going to individualize each strike. We're going to work on each strike when we do class. So I'm going to show you that as well for this video. I'm going to show the striking form in both directions. Each, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, and then hach comes back to the beginning. Each, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach. The first one is, it's kind of like a pool cue strike. So for this one, you're going to start with this hand kind of elongated and loose, and this hand is going to turn here. And I always find it helpful to kind of point with my index finger at my target as I shoot the cue. I'm going to start back of the hip here and come to a little bit forward of the waist. This is too far. It still needs to be anchored against the body. And then this is too far as well. So a little bit back, a little bit forward. This hand starts palm down and rotates to palm up. And this hand starts palm up and rotates to palm down. You're going to shuffle on each move. So showing you in a profile, I'll do 8 of them. And I'm using my hips as well, just a little bit. This is amusing to do against several targets. So if you've got something where you could pretend there's an eye and a nose, and you could practice aiming with the right eye, the left eye, and the nose. If you're bored, that's something you can do. That's the first strike. The second strike is more of a traditional strike, and that's the one that you would use if you were coming forward with the spear in a line of people. We're going to do that one on the shuffle as well. If the hand doesn't slide here, both hands go back, and again the rotation is similar to the first strike. Both hands go back and then they go forward. So you're just going to do that on the shuffle. So you're going to go here and shuffle, here and shuffle, here and shuffle. Let's do that 8 times. Each, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach. The next strike is a foot strike. You're going to widen your grip here so you've got, so that you're able to extend the spear through the other hand. And you're going to hold it close, and then you're going to aim down here. You're going to end kind of at your body, so you don't want the tip to like wiggle at the bottom. You want to have a firm grasp. So again, 8 times there. Show this on diagonal. Each, ni, san, shi, go, rok. Imagine my weapon is longer. Sich would be reaching almost the floor. Touch. So those are the first 3 done together. Each, ni, san. The next one is just an overhead strike. So you're going to start in Jodan, and then you're going to strike down. Each, ni, wide grip, san, slightly narrow grip. Shi, go, rok, sich, hach. The next one after that, you're going to widen your grip here so that you can narrow your grip on the other side. You're going to hit them with the other side. So you're going to get a hold of this end, and then you're going to hit them either in the crotch or the chin. Each, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach. Then from here, you can't really widen your grip very easily, but you're going to go ahead and hit them with this end here. Oh no, actually that's the last one. Let's build up to there, and then I'll show you the next one. So, each, ni, san, shi. Go. Now it flips over to the other side, and you're going to do like a yoko, where you change your grip here from a wide grip to a narrow. That's roke. So let's practice that. I'm going to go ahead and face front on this one. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roke, seach, hutch. Now, I'm going to build up to there again and put in the next one. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roke. Here's the cross arm one, seach. This is the last one. And then that's the end, hutch. So for the cross arm one, you can't really widen too easily here. I'm going to go ahead and face front on that. It's a little awkward. You're going to use your hips to help, and you're going to stop right after you pass the body. Each, ni. You can snap your pinkies shut to give it more force, the left pinkies. Shi, go, roke, seach, hutch. And then 2 feet together, and come on. And that ends the class for today. Domo arigato.